Hi guys, Hugh here from Square Labs. Today I'm going to expand on my previous video about creating an automated client folder structure in Zoho WorkDrive from Zoho CRM. If you haven't watched that video yet, link is in the description or the top right hand corner of the screen. Building on that video as a foundation, what I'm going to do today is show you how you can enhance that by adding a supplementary automation that is going to maintain a synchronized folder structure. Now this expansion is going to revolve around deleting and renaming of folders inside WorkDrive based on the actions inside Zoho CRM. For example, say you want to rename an account in Zoho CRM, it'll rename that account's client folder in WorkDrive. The same goes for deleting. If you want to delete a deal in Zoho CRM, it's going to delete that deals folder inside Zoho WorkDrive. Cool, well let's get into it. First thing we're going to do is create a new function. Now this one here is just going to be called rename WorkDrive folder. And what we're going to do here is put this one here as a standalone and then click create. We'll just copy in our code and we're going to create our arguments. Now we're going to have a WorkDrive folder ID of a string. And we're also going to have a new folder name. And this will also be a string. Then we click save. So basically we've got some required headers for the Zoho WorkDrive API. And then we're going to create here the data structure that passes through the new folder name to the WorkDrive API. Just remember, if you are in the US here, you've got .com, but you also need to have like .com.au if you're in Australia. Just check your WorkDrive connection as well. This is the same from my previous video, so I haven't had to make any new connections or anything. Once you've got that done, click save. And then we're going to create another one. And this one here is going to be delete WorkDrive folder. And this one's also going to be a standalone. We'll click create. And we're just going to copy in our code here. Very similar code, we're just adding a status here of 51, which makes sure it moves it to the trash. And we just need to add in a WorkDrive folder ID argument, which is the string, and then click save. And then we're just going to save this one again. Now that we've got it, what we need to do is expose these to the API so we can call them from a workflows webhook action. So under the rename folder, we're just going to click REST API. Select OAuth 2, copy that, and then click save. And then we're going to do the same for the delete. We're going to go REST API, OAuth 2, we can just copy that for later, and then click save. Now that we've got this, we can start configuring our workflows. So if we go to automation and then through to workflow rules, we're going to create a new rule, and we'll just put this one on the deals, and we're going to go renaming of the deals WorkDrive folder. Now this one here, we're going to make sure it is a record action. It's going to trigger on edit, and it's going to repeat this workflow every time the deal is edited. Now we're going to go off a specific field. So let's select specific field. Mine is deal name to any value. Click next. Now we only want to trigger the ones that have got a WorkDrive folder. So if the WorkDrive folder ID is not empty, and then we're going to select webhook. Now here we're just going to create a new webhook, put in the rename deals WorkDrive folder again. It's going to be of the get method, and we're also going to put in that URL that we had that calls the other function. We're going to select connection. Now we're going to select our CRM connection because that's the one that has the permission to trigger other functions. And under module parameters here, we're going to go WorkDrive folder ID, and we're going to select the WorkDrive folder here. So it's going to pass that value. I've got the new folder name as well, and that one here we're going to pass through the deal name. If you've got multiple fields that make up your folder's name, you can use a user-defined format. So just put your parameter name here, for example, and then you can put the hashtag like deal name, hyphen, and you might do lead source, for example. So you can create your own value here if it's got a mix of those fields. I don't need that one, for example. Now, if we click refresh down here, you can see the URL that's going to be passed, and then we can click save and associate. And now this one is done. Now we're going to create another one here, and this one here will be also on the deals. And this one here is for delete deals WorkDrive folder. And this one here, we're going to go on record action, delete, click next. Now we only need to do this one again for deals that have a WorkDrive folder ID, so we want to make sure that it's not empty. Then click next. We're going to fire off another webhook, And we're going to create a new webhook here. This one will be the same, again with a get. And we're just going to copy in here the URL for that other WorkDrive's deleting function, connection, again, CRM, and this one here, we only need to have a WorkDrive folder ID parameter and WorkDrive folder ID. You can see our URL if you need it, and then we click Save and Associate, and then we click Save. In interest of keeping the video a bit shorter, I'll let you do the accounts and contacts one in your own time. The setup is exactly the same, just from those different modules. Now I can give you a bit of a demonstration. So if we open up the deals WorkDrive folder here under my account, I've got 2 deals here that are in here. What I can do here under this particular deal, which is in there, it's got a WorkDrive folder ID, so maybe I don't need to have project at the end. So I can delete that and click that tick box. This is going to fire a webhook that calls that function. So if I open up deals, you can see how it's renamed itself here. This also applies for the deleting. So if I go up here and click delete, and then I select delete, this folder that's being deleted, if I open up deals, you can see that it has now been deleted. Thanks for that, guys. Hopefully that helps you enhance your folder automation a bit more in your system. If you have any questions or anything, leave it in the comments below. Have a great day.